Collective, I thought I'd do something different with the channel. I know I talked about earlier whenever I made that message that I wasn't going to do tarot readings anymore, but the Most High has came through to me and gave me some insight. What would be a lot more healthier at doing a reading is visualize all 78 cards in the mind and see what cards come to your mind instantly. That way you could do a reading. So we're going to go ahead and do a reading in a very unique type of way. I know y'all possibly can't see me right now. But anyways, I'm pulling Knight of Pentacles reverse. Knight of Pentacles reverse is coming through very heavily. Knight of Pentacles reverse. That will be the current energy. So we have Knight of Pentacles reversed. Knight of Pentacles. I'm writing it down on a piece of paper, y'all. Knight of Pentacles reversed. Reversed. We're also pulling a Page of Cups reversed. So this is someone refusing to apologize to you, and this has been taking a long time. This is what's coming through to me intuitively. Page of Cups reversed. We have Page of Cups reversed. We also have the Seven of Cups. So we have Page C reversed. That would be Page of Cups reversed. POCR. We also have, what would I say, Seven of Cups? Yeah, Seven of Cups. 7OC. We also have Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands. Upright. We have the Star card. The Star. We also have the Seven of Swords reversed. That's coming up. Just like I said, y'all, these are cards that I'm pulling through my head, through my mind. Seven of Swords reversed. It's all about reading tarot from the mind. Reversed. And we also have Queen of Swords. Upright. This is a much more healthier way to read tarot. And look, I'm jotting down all the cards that I'm picking up intuitively. And I'm going to read this as an accurate message for some of you. Queen of Swords upright. We have the Lovers upright. So this is not all really that negative. There's a changed perspective here. Changed perception. The Lovers upright. We also have... So no, y'all just give me a minute so I can meditate. High Priestess reverse. High Priestess reverse. All right, collective. So what I have here is a reading, as y'all can see. I just wrote down some cards. Excuse my sloppy handwriting. So what we have here is a situation going on, and I know y'all possibly can't see me that well, y'all. I'm sweating right now. It's hot as hell where I'm at. There's no electricity, so. But anyways, it's just what it is. I am indeed a Scorpion, so Scorpios out there can make it in hot climates. But anyways, so we have the Knight of Pentacles. It's due to the hurricane, by the way, if those out there that don't know, as y'all can tell. But anyways, the Knight of Pentacles wants to come up in reverse. We also have the Seven of Cups. We have the Knight of Wands upright, the Star card upright, Seven of Swords reverse, Queen of Swords upright, the Lovers upright, and High Priestess reverse. So what I'm getting out of this collective with the Knight of Pentacles reverse is there's something that has been taking an incredible long time. Some of you are definitely losing a lack of patience in regards to a situation with the Knight of Pentacles reverse. And with the Page of Cups coming up in reverse, that's all about someone you're finally realizing after a form of stagnancy in a connection that you didn't have anything to apologize for. That's what I'm getting here intuitively. You could be a Gemini for some of you out there. You could also be a Pisces. And the main reason is because you're a healed individual. Like some of you out there may be on a healing journey of a lot of healing. And you may have dealt with a very codependent type of energy here with the Star card wanting to show itself. It's like I said, I'm reading it from the mind here. What I jotted down on a piece of paper. And what I'm getting intuitively here is you're healed from a lot of codependency. And some of you out there could have recently discovered the fact very quickly, unexpectedly is what I'm getting. The Knight of Swords would be like an unexpected realization, especially when it comes to the Seven of Cups, even though it may be in an upright position. But what I'm getting here is there's some form of confusion that you're now realizing that you was part of this whole time, because the way the situation went down, you were supposed to be the one, how can I say this? Like, you were supposed to be the one that was with the Seven of Cups reverse in regards to having a reality check a long time ago. But there's an illusion that is quickly being seen for what it is, that you had nothing to apologize for with the Page of Cups reverse. It's all about a lack of apology, like a lack of messaging, a lack of apology. Because you know that you was right and you wasn't the one that was hiding something through this connection with the Seven of Swords reverse. Some of you could have straight up called this individual out. You could have told them like it was, and they had a huge ego about it. And you could have continuously talked to this individual with the Knight of Wands, and you could have had something going on, like an on and off type of situation. Because the Knight of Wands is all about, they're in for a little while and they're going to leave unexpectedly. So some of you out there was definitely dealing with a very flighty energy here, as someone that just couldn't be straightforward and honest like you could. And this connection, what I'm getting here intuitively is, it was strong. It still is strong with the Lover's card. It still is strong. But I'm getting that it's more strong on your behalf, because you're uncovering the fact that you was missing half of yourself in this connection. That was the other half of your soul, because of how much energy and how much effort and stability you really gave to this situation here. And this was the whole half of you that was being put inside of another hollow energy to try to make it seem as if it was legitimate, or if it was firm, very solid foundation. So this right here is where the tricky part is with the High Priestess reverse. Some of you have been ignoring your intuition when it comes to this situation. But just because you ignored your intuition and you're now becoming aware of this illusion that you wasn't in before, but now everything is making sense, that now the illusions are appearing right there to where you're having a reality check, if that makes any sense. But this illusion wasn't present in the past. Whenever you was involved with this individual, it wasn't present in the past because you did not see it as an illusion. That right there was the mockery and simulation of reality that some of you out there was in. So therefore, it is a bit of an illusion, but you couldn't see the illusion because there wasn't no realization that happened unexpectedly until about maybe 7 to 8 days ago is what I'm getting here. 7 to 8 days ago, 7 to 8 hours ago. This could have taken place of this realization, which I don't have the Knight of Swords here in reverse or upright, what I'm sensing intuitively. But what I do have here is the Knight of Wands that I wrote down on a piece of paper. And this is causing you to be more passionate, driven towards your goals. This is literally helping you expand when it comes to your spiritual side, when it comes to your creative side with the Star card. You're starting to refocus all this energy that you put into an illusional connection, that you're uncovering now that the connection was with yourself all along, because you was the one that was delivering the love in this connection. But this same love wasn't being returned. It wasn't being genuinely returned back to you, because it was all a mirroring mechanism that you was dealing with. This was all one big mirror. Everything that you told this individual was basically like you was looking in the mirror at yourself, telling you everything, showing yourself how much you really loved yourself. And this right here could be kind of a strange epiphany moment that some of you may be going through as of now when it comes to this connection with yourself. Because I'm getting that some of you out there has gotten in alignment with your soul's purpose. You learn how to love yourself. You stop ignoring your intuition because your intuition was ignored for a long time during this connection. You have shoved it off to the side due to once upon a time feeling as if you was alive in this connection. But the whole time, you was basically loving yourself, but yet dumping all that energy as if it was going to another source of energy, but yet turns out this all was being given to you. And this right here could be a huge epiphany moment. You need to really take a step back. I'm being a guy to tell somebody this. You really need to take a step back to realize how much effort you really put into this connection, because it did not go to waste at all. This is how much love you showed yourself. You loved yourself to the fullest. And you have to look at this situation as one big mirror. Because this wasn't operating as a different soul than you. And that right there would mimic the twin soul connection. Because you was being mimicked this whole time. Some of you could have went through a lot of spiritual manipulation. You could have went through a lot of mind games, which would be combined into the spiritual manipulation, which is a lot more critical to a connection like this. It would be a lot more critical in moving on from this type of situation. But you are moving on with the Knight of Wands. I'm getting this individual really does. They're in some kind of Seven of Cups reversed energy. Even though the Seven of Cups may be coming up upright for you, they're in the Seven of Cups reversed because the whole time they thought that they was in reality while you was the one that was in an illusion. But this is how quickly everything is switching. I'm getting that very heavily. Everything has switched. And if some of you out there are a Gemini, this individual really didn't define, they really didn't have the definition of a Gemini defined to them properly until they come across the real twins. Because you got both sides of you. You are highly intelligent. This is resonate with a Gemini because we do have the lovers here. Don't have to be a Gemini. We have Aquarius and Gemini, both air signs here. And both of those air elements are incredibly smart, highly intellectual. And I want to say the zodiac sign Libra is ruled by the cerebral cortex, etc. But a lot of air signs go based off of logic other than emotional responses to connections. Now, I'm not saying they don't have any emotions, but their emotions are way different than the other signs out there. Them loving people, they have a very different way of doing it, and it's at a detached, but also a healthy attachment type level that this individual may have not been used of the energy that you was in while trying to love this individual properly. But you have to keep in mind, this whole time, you was loving yourself. Everything that you told to this individual that was repeated right back to you, even though it may have not have been in the same word form or vocabulary, you was telling yourself all these loving things. And the main reason why you felt depleted of your energy spiritually is because, how can I say this? The main reason why you felt depleted spiritually is because the illusion of it was that you was putting all this energy in another source of energy, which is another soul. But there wasn't originally another soul for you to put that type of energy in. It's basically like you holding a mirror up in front of another mirror and both mirrors are facing each other. What you think's going to happen? Or mainly you standing in front of a mirror looking at yourself. It's something similar to that, but not quite identical to that. That's the kind of energy I'm getting, the type of message I'm getting here. I'm getting that very heavily, collective. This is an energy here to where you have definitely awakened to something. Could possibly be at the last minute, but you still become awakened to it. I'm getting that very heavily. And you're no longer ignoring your intuition, because ignoring your intuition literally has revealed what you was ignoring your intuition about with the High Priestess reverse. Ignoring your intuition for a long time can literally reveal to you why you have been ignoring it. And it's going to literally tell you that you've been ignoring your intuition. That this situation right here wasn't real. The whole time this connection was an illusion with the Seven of Cups. And all this time, like if you're somebody that has a lot of high self-esteem, you have high standards, many people may falsely accuse you of being very choosy or whatever. It's because you know your self-worth. It's better to be too choosy than to be too gullible. Because that right there is what is dangerous. When you lack the knowledge on what's really going on, when you lack the wisdom on what's really going on in a connection. Because that right there is what allows people to be taken advantage of. And you are someone, the illusion of it is you felt like you was being taken advantage of, but the whole time, everything that you told this individual, whoever this message is resonating with, you wasn't allowing yourself to be taken advantage of to that extent. This is a very tricky message here because not everybody's going to be able to get it. It sounds like a lot of contradictions going on, but that's the tricky side of this air sign energy, Aquarius and Gemini, what I'm pulling in here. And it's the people that do not get you on that level will make things complicated. That's another reason why you don't want to have anything else to do with this individual. That's what I'm getting. There's something going on here, collective, with a love message. And I'm pulling heavy on the Gemini, heavy on the Pisces, and the Aquarius energy here. And if you're a Pisces, I'm being guided to let you know if you're a Pisces, you're a water sign. I may not be able to understand you fully, like knowing you personally, but I'm going to tell you right now what us water signs have in common. We have a very deep level of mystery when it comes to us being quiet and being very reservative, observant. And somebody has literally tried to make assumptions as if you live your life in fairy tale land because you're a dreamer. But you're really not. You're not a dreamer. That's your intuition that allows you to actually be creative through the mind. And somebody has literally sat there and took advantage of that. Made you feel very down about yourself. This was resonate with a Pisces. I'm getting this very heavily. Now, the other side of the message was resonate with a Gemini or an Aquarius. I'm going to be very specific with this message. Okay? But what I'm getting here is if you're a Pisces, this individual has made assumptions that you are a dreamer. You don't know what's going on. They had a lot of... This individual tried to create a lot of confusions to try to get in your head, to try to make you seem as if you're a weirdo for being in some type of fairy tale type of land, but yet the whole time your intuition was on point about what you were seeing in the mind's eye. That this individual tried to make it out to be a joke. That's what I'm getting intuitively. Let me go outside. There's too much energies going on in there. I got to step outside. So anyways, if you're a Pisces, what I'm getting here is there's something going on with the situation. To where someone always thought that you was a dreamer, that you didn't know what was going on around you. But the whole time you knew. You knew exactly what was going on. Some of you could have received a weird, intuitive, telepathic message from just looking at a car a certain type of way is what I'm getting. You was looking at the moon. I'm getting something about the moon too. You could have went outside your house and looked at the moon a certain kind of way and seen a ring around the moon. And that right there could have literally linked you to something else that you was thinking about in that day. And it could have led you to something that you've been picking up intuitively with somebody that you wasn't compatible with at all. That was sitting there making them assumptions about you. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting that very heavily. Something about the moon, something very significant about the moon, because the high priestess, even though it's in reverse, it still has the half a moon at the bottom of that card. So you could be a Pisces that may do a lot of energy healing with the moon. That's what I'm getting, because the moon represents psychic, emotional energy. So you may be a very emotional individual, but yet when it comes to this type of situation, you kind of pull back a lot is what I'm getting intuitively. I'm feeling that very, very, very heavily on the energetic level. You pull back from this individual energetically and intuitively because of what was going on in this connection that was false. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to have to get out the mosquitoes. Try to go outside. Ain't working out. Try to stay inside. Ain't working out too well. It's all good, though. Y'all hold on a minute, collective. All right, I'm back, y'all. I'm about to start reading again. Like the cards that I wrote down out of my head, that I was channeling intuitively. Yeah, hold on a minute. All right, y'all. So what I'm getting here, it's going to be kind of dark in here, y'all, but y'all just got to be patient. So what I'm getting here is what I was talking about. There's something going on here with definitely a Gemini, Aquarius, or a Pisces. This could be resonating with. And what I was channeling earlier is something about the moon's energy. Believe it or not, that's how your intuition connected something together to prove something to you through the moon. You wasn't daydreaming at all. See, this is where these individuals like to try to pull something over on you, and you know the whole time of what's really going on. And that could come across as being very sneaky and deceptive. But the only thing sneaky about this situation is the real intention beyond something that wasn't legit the whole time. That's what I'm channeling from this piece of paper, bro, that I wrote all this down on a few minutes ago. That's what I'm getting from this piece of paper, bro. This is the energy that I'm reading here from a piece of paper. I don't have the cards. Like, I can't see into the symbolism of the cards, but I know all 78 cards by heart. And this is the energy I'm getting here. We're 24 minutes into the read. But this is definitely something I'm picking up, collective. You could be an Aquarius, a Gemini, or a Pisces. Now, for the Aquarius and Gemini, the first part of this message is going to resonate with y'all, to be specific. And the Pisces could be resonating towards the end. See, I'm going to be very specific on these messages. And I will put them in the title of the video. Okay? I'm going to put Gemini, Aquarius. There's a message for you. And I'm also put Pisces, there's also a message for you towards the end of the video. Around, I want to say, the 22-minute mark or 23-minute mark, or it could be sooner than that, the 20-minute mark of the video. I'm going to go back and timestamp this video so y'all be aware of what the signs are. But in the beginning, I channeled very heavily Aquarius and Gemini, what I read on in the beginning. And towards the end, now that I'm wrapping up this video, this could be resonating with a Pisces that could have went through a situation. That's also in connection with this reading. The rest of the messages could also, how can I say this? The rest of the messages could also resonate with them also. That's what I'm getting. Or just the ending part could resonate with the Pisces. Because that's the card that we ended on with the High Priestess reverse. But I'm getting something very heavily about the moon. You could have stepped out your home one night. Not daytime, it's at nighttime. Approximately 11 o'clock is what I'm getting. 11 o'clock at nighttime. I'm getting that very heavily. Something to do with the 11. You could have been misguided from the number 11. You need to pay attention to that, Pisces. Because that right there, I'm not saying people don't know how to interpret angel numbers as accurate, but there could be tricks that the universe could be throwing your way just to see how your intuition is going to be able to discern through that message from the universe, okay? You may be somebody that may not believe in God or whatever. Like you may have a connection with Mother Earth or you may have a connection with the moon. That's fine. But the universe was trying to give you a very strong, intense message, Pisces. And when it comes to reading that number 11, if you stepped outside your home at 11 o'clock at night and looked up at the moon, that was a sign right there. And that's when you could have ignored your intuition or misinterpreted a spiritual message. So this individual thought you was in La La Land this whole time and they thought that they could just play you like a yo-yo. But your intuition was playing this individual up and down because you knew the whole time. How they like that? They got that fish in the water. You better watch it, bro. I'm telling you. That fish in the water jump out sometimes. They can see what's going on. They go back in the water, you know? So you could have felt a tug in your stomach area. When I'm channeling intuition with that fish, because when you go fishing, don't you feel a tug on that fishing pole? That something is on the line? Exactly. You could have felt for a long time your gut just pull at you a certain kind of way that could have made you uncomfortable physically. It was an uncomfortable physical sensation that come through. It wasn't a peaceful sensation. It was an uncomfortable sensation that could have came through with your intuition tugging at you like that. That was a clear sign that something was off. But the whole time you intuitively knew something, but you just chose to ignore it, kind of. Not really all the way ignore it, but the way that this connection manifested, it was like something was going on to where you had a good time with this individual. You always went out with this individual, but there was just something that wasn't fitting in place when it comes to y'all beliefs. And this could have literally had you turn somewhat to the third dimension, kind of, for a while. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but you shouldn't allow somebody to literally, because this is a form of dictation. Trying to dictate you off and trying to literally detour you off your path is what I'm getting. Trying to literally steer you down the wrong path, and yet you're the driver. You're the driver of your journey. I'm telling you, bro, when you start realizing your powers, bro, when you start realizing how strong, how powerful your intuition really is, you would then look upon yourself as to say, man, this is what it really was. Okay. And you're not going to feel bad, or you're not going to feel like you need the upper hand to try to pretend that. Let's say if you're going through a situation where you can't stand the separation or whatever, like if you separated from this individual or if you successfully broke up with them, you're going to get to the point to where you're going to feel as if you don't have to go out there and pretend that you're happy. Because knowing how powerful you really are is enough to make you happy, to validate you. You don't need nobody else's validation, Pisces. All you need is to listen to your soul. Accept what the situation is, and everything is going to be okay. It may not be right now, but everything is going to eventually make sense. That you wasn't the one that was in the illusion. The illusion tried to prevent you from accepting your intuition by ignoring it and rejecting it. That's what that was. This specifically resonates with a Pisces. Now, as far as Aquarius and Gemini, I'm not really getting no deep into it, like deep intuition from those two energies. But when it comes to the High Priestess reverse, I'm getting that very heavily from this read here. And this was all channeled out of my mind, y'all. I know it's hard for y'all to see me, collective. This is a good way to protect the energy, by the way. But as long as y'all can hear the message, the Most High came through and said, son, this would be a much more healthier way to read tarot. Because you don't have those cards around you. Which is not the cards that are toxic, just like I told y'all before. And it's going to sound like I'm contradicting myself because on my last video, I said that I was going to move away from tarot. But this right here, I wouldn't consider that to be fully involved at divination, at being involved with the cards themselves, because that right there is where energy, see, this is a piece of paper you can rip up and throw away. You know what I'm saying? Like after you're done reading it, you can just rip the piece of paper up and throw it away. Now for the cards, that right there, you keep them on you at all times. It's not like you can rip up a deck of cards after every deck that you read, because you're going to go through it, bro, you're going to be spending a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of money. You know? But anyways, collective, if you're one of these signs out here, we have Gemini, Aquarius, Pisces, 3 major arcanas. Let's see. Let me go ahead and look at the cards. We have Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. We have Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Double on the Pisces here. Well, actually, 7 of Cups, Page of Cups, High Priestess. That's 3 confirmations on Pisces. The Star card with Queen of Swords, so you could definitely, that's a double confirmation for Aquarius, double confirmation for Gemini. Queen of Swords and the Lovers is heavy Gemini energy, because we're having a core card back that up along with Aquarius. So this is definitely a core card of a female that this is going to resonate with. I mean, you could be a King of Swords too. You could be a masculine, but I'm mainly channeling a feminine that may be, it's not that she's not feminine, she's just detached. This is a Queen of Swords that she does have an emotional side. She does have a feminine side. Like, she's very communicative and very soft-spoken, etc. But she's just not, there's a word, it's hard to find right now, y'all. There's a word that I'm looking for. I will eventually come up with it, y'all. But I'm getting with this Queen of Swords here. She gets misjudged from the way that she communicates all the time. That she don't have any feelings. No, bullshit. Yes, she does. You just got to know how to get to this individual intellectually, because that's where their heart is. That's exactly where their heart is, bro. In the mind. And when you could get that individual intellectually, and on that intellectual emotional stimulation level, to where you can have understanding between both of the minds on an energetic level and emotional level, that right there is what's going to be the key activation to that Gemini or Aquarius's heart. I'm telling you. And I don't know this individual from Adam and Eve, bro. This is just the energy I'm channeling here. We're just writing down the damn cards on a piece of paper. I don't know where this is coming from, collective. I really don't know. But I thought I'd do something different. Like, I know people make their own tarot cards, but there was something that came through to me at the last minute. It's like, you know what? You don't have to read your tarot cards. And I started to sit there and I was paying attention. And it's like, God came through to me again. He's like, you don't have to read your tarot cards. You need to stay away from them for a while. But as far as this right here, this is fine. The energy is not negative. As y'all could tell, my energy is not irritated or agitated. That right there is a sign that this piece of paper don't hold all that energy as the regular tarot cards would, but I can still channel. What it appears to me here is using my intuition. Like, this is clearly intuition being used, because a piece of paper cannot be used as a tarot card. You know what I'm saying? Like how you could use bicycle cards, because that right there could be used for tarot cards, because they also have 4 suits. That would be the spades, hearts, diamonds, and clubs. Just like the tarot cards, you have your wands, which is fire. You have your pentacles, which is earth. You have your swords, which is air. And you have the cups, which is water. So you have earth, air, fire, and water. And that right there would be the 4 suits. So that right there is a confirmation on some people out there that may want to read tarot. You can also read it through bicycle cards. Okay? You just are not going to have the imagery like the tarot cards would. And back in the day, that's how people read tarot when they couldn't get them a deck of tarot cards. Because originally tarot cards was used as a game. It was a card game. Just like you would play bicycle cards, you know how they have, let's say, what is that? I forgot that name, that card game. To where if you have a higher card, like let's say you pull an ace and somebody pulls a king or a queen. Like, let's say you draw a card and it was to be an ace and it was to draw a card, it would be a jack, king, or a queen. You would win that. You would take that power with you. Like, you would take those cards with you. And whoever ends up with the most cards is the winner of that game. That's basically, I don't know how tarot cards was used as a game, but it could be similar to that. I really don't know. I don't want to get the wrong information. But it was basically used as a card game back in the day. And tarot was originally found by someone that done a lot of exploring with them, with the tarot cards. But anyways, collective, this is what I have for the current message here. And I figured I'd do something a bit different and unique with my reading. I'm not going to say readings because it's the first reading I've ever done on this channel in regards to a piece of paper and writing down the cards that I channeled intuitively from intuitive insight in the mind. Okay? And this is the messages that I could read here. Anyways, collective, I don't know how this message is going to turn out. This is my very first time doing this. I haven't had no practice with this whatsoever. So, but anyways, y'all take it easy out there. Much love to y'all. Thank y'all very much for the continuous love and support to the channel. If y'all would like to donate, collective, I will have a donations link in the description box below. My Cash App will be in that section of the description box. And like I said before, we are going through a very rough time right now with this hurricane that just passed through. Everything is okay, by the way. But as far as the power outages and a lot of the wind damage, that right there was more on the side of what impacted us a lot when it comes to that. But God bless the linemen out there. God bless the officials out there that are looking over the situation. And God bless everybody that's involved that's trying to help out, to clean everything up, to make sure people have their power restored. I know it could be agitating, but we got to remember that those guys work very hard. Those linemen work very hard. People work very hard to protect their communities, etc. So we have to keep that in mind, okay? But anyways, God bless y'all. Thank y'all very much for y'all service, especially to these linemen out there that are working all day, all night. Some of them work at night too, you know? And they never know what they're going to be faced with, bro. That's a risk that they take. And I'm not saying that in a negative way, but they know it. They possibly know that. But they're not focusing on that. They're focusing on, hey, this is a job that we're going to have to get done. So I want to give a very special thanks out there to those linemen that are working on electricity for the hurricane. Thank y'all very much for y'all service. It's greatly appreciated. I'm a man that's not impatient at all. Take y'all time with it, because this is what's going to cause them to feel like, which I know is dangerous though, because there's some people out there that need electricity. I can understand that too. because that's both sides of the spectrum. But when it comes to rushing these linemen and they feel like they need to be rushed to do something, that right there could cause negativity, you know? And we don't want that for them. And I'm not saying that would happen, but that right there can literally make them feel as if like they have to rush the process, but there's a certain process they have to go by. You know, the power will be back up. I'll be a guy to tell people that everything's going to be okay. Those guys are working incredibly hard out there. I've seen them earlier. I've seen them working on the street lights. They're doing everything in their power to restore the power source, okay, the source of power. And to the ones out there that may be struggling and this is starting to get to you or whatever, all you have to do is take a step outside, take you a deep breath, and thank the Lord that you're still here. You're safe. You're safe. You're okay. Everything is okay. Especially if you have sources of water. They got some of the stores that are opening because due to generators being ran, you have access to some of the convenience stores where you could get you a source of water. And I'm being a guy to tell y'all, if you know how to invent certain things, get you an ice chest. Get you some, I don't know if they'll have bags of ice, so that's the thing. I can't make any assumptions. But if you could get your hands on some ice, okay? Put you some ice in the ice chest, and if you got a good breeze where you're at, if there's a good breeze going on, put that by the window, and what it's going to do is it's going to blow that cold air up on you. Or you can literally put, let's say if you by the window, right, and if it's not raining, you could get by the window and put that ice chest by the window with the ice, and you could put water in there. Make sure you pour water in there too. And what I would do is I would connect a blanket to where the window is and bring it over the ice chest. That way you could make like a canopy and the air could come up underneath that blanket and literally rotate on you like that. Like the air will come up through that blanket. I'll be a guy to give y'all a description on what I'm seeing intuitively. All you got to do is, or you can even use a towel or whatever. What you do is, or you could use a sheet, a bed sheet or whatever. What you do is a sheet would probably be much more better because it's light. It can actually float like the wind. It could catch a lot of wind, etc. Well, anyways, try to get you a bed sheet and connect it to the window and make like a canopy over that ice chest with the water and the ice in it. If you could get your hands on the ice to where you could have cold in it, like to where it could be cold, etc. Hold on, y'all. To where it could be cold. And that right there, the wind, the wind's gonna catch that in a certain kind of way, and it's gonna blow that cold air down upon you while you're under that canopy. It's gonna be like a canopy. And that's the only way, the only other option I could think of that would actually keep you cool, to where you cool down, etc. Or if you have a battery-powered fan, what you could do is you could cut a hole in a styrofoam ice chest if you could get one of them. Cut your hole in the styrofoam ice chest, the exact width of that fan, and put that battery-powered fan face down in the ice chest, okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to connect if you could get your hands on some PVC pipe or whatever. What you could do is you could cut some circles out to where that PVC pipe could fit in that styrofoam ice chest. Therefore, when you put the fans on, it's going to blow that air in the ice chest and it's going to rotate like that and it's going to come through those PVC pipes and you'll have your homemade air conditioner to where you could keep cool. This is just some options in case people out there need that for an emergency as a backup. If you don't have a generator, etc., because some people out there can't afford it. Okay? But anyways, y'all stay safe out there. Much love to y'all. Thank y'all very much for love and support. I thought I'd give my advice out there to keep people calm, to let them know it's going to be okay. I'm telling you, it's going to be all right. If I'm okay, you're going to be okay. I'm telling you. Now, to the ones out there that may be dealing with like medical issues, like the elderly people, I really don't know much about that, because that right there could be kind of dangerous. But we're not going to put negativity out there. We're going to literally lift their spirits and tell them to hang in there. Hang in there. God got you, bro. God's right there by your side. And he's going to make sure that you're going to make it through that. To the elderly people. Okay? Everything is going to be fine. It may not seem like everything may be fine right now, but as soon as you adjust your mind to a positive mentality, that right there is what's going to that's what's going to release the feel-good endorphins of the brain and the chemicals of the brain. That's going to literally put you in this uplifting energy to where you're going to have a lot of faith, not hope. You're going to have a lot of faith. And before you know it, the power will be back on. And you will be okay. I'll be a guy to let some elderly people that may be in their 50s or 60s know that. But anyways, collective, y'all take it easy out there. Much love to y'all. The donations link is in the description box below. And that's mainly what I could channel for tonight, y'all. Like I said, it's been a very intense time with the hurricane, but I'm not going to sit there and let that get to me mentally. Okay? I know it's hot out there. I know you can't really do much about it, bro. You just got to wait out, or unless, you know. That's pretty much all you can do. And pray to the Most High. Keep your faith strong in him at this time. Because when you're positive up here, the rest will follow behind. Your body will literally push you to fight harder. I'm telling you, bro, that right there will be an adrenaline rush. It will be like a feel-good endorphins that come through out of nowheres that will kick in. And whenever you're in that adrenaline rush energy, that right there is what's going to keep you in this mind frame as to say, man, it's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. I'm telling you, I can feel it. I can feel it. I can feel it. Keep telling yourself that. I can feel it. It's going to be okay. I can feel it, bro. It's right there in the air. I can feel it. Think about that song from Phil Collins, however you say his name. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Hold on. You know what I'm saying? Lady. But anyways, y'all, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, y'all take it easy out there. Much love, collective. And I will see y'all some other time. Peace.